Hello there and welcome to my channel. My name is Emma, aka Dilemma's Crossing, and today we're going to be touring my recently completed island of AppleCreek. This is my very first Animal Crossing island. I only started playing the game in April of this year, after my girlfriend basically forced me to, but I quickly became obsessed with it and completed this island in about 3 months. It is a fall and forestcore island that I like to describe as a lakeside mountain getaway surrounded by hiking trails. So with that said, I will show you my map and then we can get on with the tour. All right, here's my map, and you can see the dream address there at the bottom of the screen. If you would like to tour it yourself, I'll also put the dream address in the description box down below. But on this island, my villagers that I have are Poppy, Fauna, Kiki, Ace, Eric, Bang, Punchy, my bestie, my favorite, Shep, Dottie, and Maple. And let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see at my entrance here, I have left a number of presents for visitors to grab. I'll just go ahead and leave those alone for now, but I'll just come through here and pan up so you can see my entrance. I tried to do quite a lot of waterscaping and terraforming on this island. I was really inspired by other creators who do a lot of really natural terraforming and waterscaping, so I really wanted to do something similar with this one. So there's quite a few water features. But as you come through this way, you can see my resident services up ahead, and I've just put this fountain here at this sort of crossroads, I suppose. You can go a few different ways here, either up the incline or to the left or to the right. We're going to go ahead and go to the left. So coming up this incline here, we've got a community garden area, which I just thought would be like, you know, a nice place where all of the residents of this mountain town can sort of grow crops and, you know, just do things together as a community. And then there's also at the end of this community garden a little duck pond with a couple of benches so you can sit and feed the ducks. Got a bean tossing kit here. Just take a seat, feed the ducks, just relax. And then if you keep going on this way, the path kind of splits in two directions. So we'll go down here first. And we come to Punchy's house, my best boy, my bestie. I got Punchy as an autofill in one of my first 3 plots. He was my lazy villager, and I fell in love and have never looked back. So because, oh look, that's me down there. We'll get to me later. Because Punchy loves blue, I gave him a blue exterior to his house and some blue flowers in the area and tried to put like a fair bit of blue decor around his yard while still keeping in sort of the autumn theme and color palette. And he's not home, so I will post a picture of his interior here. All of my villagers' homes are decorated, and my house is also fully decorated. Then if we proceed back the way we came and come down this incline here, we are actually heading towards Shep's house. So I gave Shep this large wheat field in the front part of his yard, and then this apple orchard to the rear. And there is a reason for that, which I'll quickly go and show you. So if you go this way, you'll see that on the beach rocks here, Shep has actually got his own craft brewery. So he brews his own cider and beer on the island here. I just thought, you know, he's a smug villager. He's probably a hipster. He likes his craft beers and his craft ciders. So yeah, he brews craft beer and craft cider. And it looks like Shep is home, so we can go ahead and go inside his house. All right, here we go. This is Shep's interior that I designed for him. So because he is a smug villager, I wanted to give him, I don't know, kind of like real hipster vibes in here. We've got the brick, the nice wood floor. It's got very sort of minimal furnishings, very clean lines. I had to keep his shower that came with his original house. Yeah, I just really wanted to give him like a hipster's paradise. He's got, you know, his little kitchen back there and his espresso machine because, you know, he's got to have his espresso. So yeah, this is Shep's interior. was actually one of the more fun ones I did. I also really like that poster there on the wall. I just think like it's just the epitome of hipster. So anyway, Ship's house. I did try with all of my villagers, or well, most of my villagers. I think there's two for which this is not the case, but for the vast majority of them, I tried very much to give them, you know, a bathroom, a kitchen, a bedroom, and a living area in that small space, which, you know, it was a bit of a trial to figure that out, but I was quite inspired by another YouTuber, Dana's Crossing, who does that for most of her villagers, and I saw sort of the way that she planned out her interiors and was quite inspired by that. So if we're just heading along the beach here, we come to a sort of fall crafts area. So as you can see, we've got, oops, there we go. We've got a little DIY bench here, a toolbox, and a couple of the project tables with, on this one here, we've got some woodworking projects, and over here, a little candle making area. And then down this last table is sort of a little sewing station. Then if you carry on down the beach, oh, we've got a couple villagers down here, Ace and Kiki. Oh, they're both so cute. We've actually got a little Thanksgiving dinner or just, you know, communal dining area. Little harvest. I'm sort of thinking of like a little harvest festival, a little community celebration. I've seen a few other creators do something similar on Fall Islands, and I really liked it. So I really wanted to do something similar on mine, like a nice big table spread, like a community dinner. And this ended up being one of my favorite builds, so I'm really happy with this one. It's quite a lot of fun to build and to get all those different food items and display them. So we'll just head north up the beach again and carry on past Shep's Brewery. Now this was just a really small stretch of beach here, so I just kind of plonked a well here and made it a little wishing well moment, which I quite like how it came out. Now this far stretch of beach over here is not accessible in the dream address. It's just able to be viewed from afar, and we will be able to view it a little more from above as well. But I just popped a couple of the wind turbines over there. I thought they looked quite nice, you know, just blowing in the breeze. Some wheat fields. It's a nice little sort of viewpoint there. So that's everything on this side. So we'll retrace our steps and then head in a different direction. All right, this time I'm going to take this incline up. So if we come down this way, we come to my Nook's Cranny, which I have just plopped up on the second tier here. Decorated it pretty simply. I really love how it looks in the fall with the pumpkins, so I just added a few more pumpkin items, little magazine stand, the recycled paper bundle, and of course a shopping trolley. Then next to Nook's Cranny, I did a little bakery build, which I think came out quite nice. I actually redid this one. I had initially built it somewhat differently, but didn't end up liking it so much. But I really do like how this version came out. Just mainly using the castle items, the medieval wall, some simple panels, the countertops, and the dessert display case here. I think it came out quite cute. I can show you a better view here. Yeah, really happy with how that one turned out. It's a little place for the residents to get their bread and, you know, some nice desserts if they so choose. And then if we head back down this incline, we come to a little pergola walkway and also Fauna's house. She is also not home, so I will post a picture of her interior. But in terms of her exterior, I very much viewed Fauna as sort of the green thumb on the island, as it were. So she has her own little flower garden, little garden wagon here, some fertilizer, potted plants in the back, just, you know, little garden shed back there. So she's very much the gardener. And then if you come down onto the beach, I also gave her the sitting area. I do view her as, she seems somewhat bohemian, so, you know, I thought she would enjoy this. The Moroccan furniture, the little ukulele, just a little beach, chill area on the beach for her to hang out. And the rest of this beach, this bit is kind of mostly fillers, but then when you come over this way, and yes, I do see that I am here and I will talk to myself in a moment, but over here we have a food truck area, which I just thought, you know, what mountain getaway doesn't need a food truck area where you can just come and get a coffee before you go on your hike, or come get a nice wood-fired pizza at the end of a long day spent outdoors hiking or fishing or whatever. So we've got a little pizza food truck and a little sort of coffee and sandwiches food truck, and I just think that's a lot of fun. So that's this stretch of beach. There's also just a little picnic area under this tree here. Now, where did I go? Oh, there I am. Hello. Enjoy the autumn breeze. I will. Thanks, Emma. It's uncanny how similar we are. All right, let's proceed, and we shall go over the incline here. Stop to pan up for a moment there so you can see terraforming. Really enjoyed using the mesh parasols to add height, especially on those areas where you can't quite fit a tree because there just aren't enough tiles. Yep. So let's just carry on. So here we come to my campsite, which is just across the river here, but it also sort of spills over onto the beach. So we've got these hop spots here, and you can see the campsite in the background with this yet another, oh my god, Punchy, hello! Yet another waterfall in the background there. Lots of waterscaping and terraforming, as I said. I have to talk to Punchy, guys. I love him so much. Punchy! Oh, he's so cute. All right. And then if you just proceed down onto the beach, we've got a few of the kids' tents. So giving the impression that this is a bit of a larger camping area. Got the campfire cookware. Little cornucopia there. Honestly, I use quite a few cornucopias on this island. I think they just work so well on fall islands. We've got the briefcase in the back, and then down here we have another little communal dining area. And over here, one of those outdoor cooking stations and some canned goods. And over on this section of the beach, a couple of beach towels. Someone's working on a puzzle. Got a sandcastle and a volleyball net. Then over here is my pier. So I've just turned that into a little fishing spot with the boats here and some of the fishing tourney items. And then at the end of the dock is just a little chair and a fishing rod. So you can sit down and fish to your heart's content. Now I think we'll just carry on and look at all of the beaches on this side of the island before we continue on the mainland. So if we continue this way, a little mountain bike here, because if you're camping, you're going to want to go mountain biking, aren't you? Excuse me, Punchy darling. And then if you come this way, you get to the strawberry patch. And after the strawberry patch, we get to my peninsula, which I have turned into a little strawberry cafe. So we've got your pie, your cake, your fresh strawberries, and a variety of delicious baked goods. Got some pancakes, jam-filled donuts, strawberry soda. So you can come and pick some berries and then enjoy some delicious treats. Then on the other side, we've got a little blueberry patch as well. And then up on the rocks here, I've got a little pottery area. My villagers can come and do some crafts, make some pottery. Got the oven for them to fire their creations in. And then this section of the beach I turned into a bit of a magical mushroom forest with the mushroom items and the butterfly insect models. Because, you know, who doesn't want a magical mushroom forest on their beach? I mean, I would love a magical mushroom forest. Then on the other side of the magical mushroom forest, we've just got another little, I guess, not necessarily a fishing area, but we've got the lighthouse here. Bit of a old rundown boat. Got what could be a little bit of a shack on the beach. We've got a snapping turtle. His name is Steve. Hello, Steve. He says hello. All right, we're just going to retrace our steps, so I will see you back at the campsite. All right, we are back at the campsite, and now I'm going to go ahead and hop across the river. We can get to the campsite proper. Done a little campfire build here with a ukulele. You've got a lantern here that you can grab. Nice little outdoor heater. And then here we have the start of the hiking trail. So this hiking trail extends from the campsite to the museum, sort of all around the perimeter of the island. And we are going to go and take a little hike. So you come up this incline, just follow the path, hop across the stream, and over here you come to a little, oops, come on, there you go, squeeze through. You come to a little lookout spot, if you squeeze in this way. So this is the apple orchard, and this is a great lookout spot for that. We will take a look at that closer up in due course, but yes, this is quite a nice lookout spot, good spot to take photos. Why can't I sit on this? There we go. Oops. The character does not want to do what I want today. There we go. Good little photo spot. And let's continue on. Come to another little rest stop here. Little bench where you can take a rest if you're tired already. Hop across another little stream. I included quite a lot of hop spots and rivers that you could hop across on this island. I do have a few bridges, but not too many. And then here we come to Fang's house. So he's just got a nice little wooden deck, got a little rocking chair. You know, he is a cranky, so he needs his rocking chair, and a nice little outdoor seating area where he can have his cup of coffee in the morning. And then over here, he's got a little writing desk where you can just, you know, write some letters. So it looks like he is home, so we'll go ahead and take a look inside his house. And here we are. This is Fang's interior. I do think he is a man of impeccable taste, so gave him quite a classy little setup here. Got the antique bed. Got a lot of artwork on the walls. Nice little clawfoot tub there. Phonograph. And a nice fireplace. So yes, Fang has quite a nice home, if I do say so myself. I wouldn't mind living there. And he's got some nice mountain views out of that window at the back. Wow, what is Ace doing up there? Didn't we just see him on the beach? Anyway, so we'll carry on along the trail. And at this point, we come to Poppy's treehouse. This is her treehouse, which is honestly one of my favorite villager yards on this island. I sort of gave her a bit of a library treehouse, so she's got the bookshelves there and a nice little seating area where she can read a book, have a cup of tea, have some of that pumpkin pound cake. Delicious. Yeah, I really like this yard. And you know, she's a squirrel, so she needs to have a treehouse. And it looks like she's home, so we can go inside. Poppy's interior is also one of my favorites. It's just so cozy. I love that autumn wallpaper with the trees with the beautiful red leaves. There we go. And I love her kitchen with those warm tones. Gave her quite a lot of the sort of autumn DIY items as well. She's got the Trees Bounty mobile And the Tree's Bounty lamp. Is it the Tree's Bounty mobile? I think it is. So yeah, I really, really like her home. It's probably my favorite of all the interiors, all the villager interiors on this island. And she's just so cute. Poppy's definitely one of my favorites. She was one of my ultimate dreamies for this island. Her and Maple were probably the biggest two. I mean, you know, it's a forest island. You've got to have squirrels and you've got to have bears. All right, let's carry on. Continue following the trail. We come to this other incline and we head down and see that we've got a bit of a color change. We're suddenly seeing some black and purple and green flowers show up and some decayed trees, some glowing moss. Is that a cauldron in the background there? Where could this be? So this is the witch's hut. I'll have to come forward a bit so you can see it better when I pan up. But this is Kiki's house, and she is the resident witch on AppleCreek. And she has a nice little hut all to herself at the back of the island here. She's got a little fortune-telling area here on this mush table. She has a little mushroom farm. And of course, she has a cauldron. And then at the back here, she's just got, you know, her laundry, some random barrels, a cave. I really like her yard as well. I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, just very witchy. And she isn't home, so I will post a picture of her interior, which is another one of my favorites. I tried to give her like a real witch's hut, you know? So she's one of the only two villagers that doesn't have, you know, a bedroom, a bathroom, a living area, and a kitchen, because hers is supposed to be more of like a hut, so it's more open plan. And if we just continue along the trail past this little waterfall moment, and you can see a hint of a different area down there, but we will get to that. And if you come up this incline, we get to my house, which is right up here, up in the mountains, in the forest, proper log cabin. I really wanted log cabin vibes, and I really love this house. And here's our second cornucopia, for whoever's counting. Just some nice log furniture, nice little seating area outside, and of course some mush items. I love mushrooms. I mean, look at the dress I'm wearing. I really think that says it all. All right, let's go inside. Okay, and this is the main living/dining room. So yeah, this main room, much combined living dining with a little bit of a hallway in this front area to sort of connect it to the two side rooms, but I'll just pan around so you can see. I used a lot of not only the log furniture items, but also the Turkey Day items. I quite like them. And also that like holiday candle that you can see back there on the table. I really like that one as well. I just want it to feel nice and festive in here, nice and warm and cozy. I mean, I've also got the mom's tea cozy there, you can see. That is one of my favorite items in the game. But yeah, just a really nice cozy space with a fireplace, nice dining table, a sofa and some chairs. Just a nice place to relax. All right, and we shall head to the back room first. So this room has, I guess, a bit more of an elegant, sort of studious vibe, a little bit dark academia, I suppose. It is the library/study. So we've got some artwork on the walls, we've got bookshelves, a desk and a typewriter, a fancy tea set, chess game, and an antique radio. I mean, I would love it if I had a room like this in my house. I really love the red wallpaper as well. And of course, a fancy chandelier. Who doesn't want a fancy chandelier in their library? Yeah, just a nice little library. And next, I think we'll go to the room on the left. So this room was directly inspired by a room that Dana's Crossing, who I mentioned earlier in the video, did in her house on her autumn island. Sort of a indoor-outdoor sunroom with a nice balcony. And I really, really loved that room on her island. So I made a room very similar, not exactly the same, but heavily inspired by that room of hers. And I just really like it. It gave me a good opportunity to use that autumn wallpaper in my house, which I really love, but you know, it can be hard to work in those sorts of outdoor wallpapers. So yeah, I really love this the sort of deck illusion that you can get with these custom codes. They're just stickers on the wall, but it really does, you know, give the illusion that this is just like a outdoors, and then, you know, this part's inside and then you're outside. I've also put a leaf pile on the floor there. But yeah, just, you know, a really nice place to chill, read a magazine, have a cup of coffee, enjoy the autumn breeze, as my character says. And now we'll head to the right. And this is my kitchen, which is very possibly my favorite room in this house. I'll just pan over this way so you can see it from the right angle. I just really wanted to make something really rustic and cozy, like a sort of farmhouse kitchen, and I really, really like what I ended up with. Got like the ranch table and the pizza oven, some artwork on the walls, and I love the stonework kitchen. I just think it works so well. And I absolutely adore the Turkey Day casserole dish, which I've included in this room as well. I just think it is so pretty. So yeah, I love this kitchen. I would love to have a kitchen exactly like this in my house. I just think it is so nice and welcoming and homey. So yeah, really like this kitchen. And now we shall head upstairs. So up here, we've got my combined bedroom and bathroom. So over here on this side is the bedroom. And then over on the left side, we've got the bathroom and a little, you know, vanity, little area for getting ready. And I tried to make this still cozy, but also, you know, a bit elegant. I really like that green paint wood wall. I think it's really pretty. And I've included a lot of the mom's items here as well. We've got the tissue box, the cushion, the pen stand, the embroidery. I've also included some custom designs on that wall back there, some of my favorites. Yeah, I just think it's a really lovely place to sleep. I would love it if my bedroom looked like that. And of course, we've got the mountain views, because this is up in the mountains. So of course we have mountain views. All right, let's go check out the basement. And here we are in my spooky basement. This room was so much fun to put together. I just really enjoyed like creating this sense of clutter. Like all of the other rooms in the house are very sort of, you know, neat and tidy, and this one is just like papers on the floor and pile of leaves, just, you know, a cluttered basement, but it's also spooky because there's a cauldron, you know, and there's some magic wands on the wall and glowing moss jars. Like there's definitely something going on here. This isn't your ordinary basement. And is that a spell book? But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed putting this room together. I love using the spooky items like the spooky lantern and those, is it dried flower garlands? Is that what they're called? I've also got the old sewing machine and the spinning wheel and some laundry at the back. I mean, who knows what my character's getting up to here? Certainly seems like Kiki isn't the only witch on AppleCreek. Can I? I'll go around. I mean, we gotta interact with the cauldron. You seriously not gonna? This is the downside of making a basement this cluttered. There we go. So that was my house, and now, oh, Ace, are you following us? I swear he's been everywhere that we've been going. He just really wants to be part of the tour, you guys. All right, well, anyway, let's continue along the trail. More hop spots, because I can't get enough of them. But if you stop on this middle one, or any of them really, and pan up, you get a nice view of the mountains off in the distance. And we are up in the mountains, but you know, there's even more mountains. Even more mountains off in the distance. And when you get over here, there's a little secret pathway that winds back this way and leads to my secret beach, which it's not accessible, but I have decorated down there with just some barrels and a few wheat fields, nothing too crazy. And then this spot up here is a little stargazing area with a little picnic blanket and a picnic basket. Just take a seat, do some stargazing. But if you continue along the trail, this is Maple's house. And of course, Maple has an apiary. Everyone, I think, gives Maple an apiary, but you know, it just fits so well. So she's got her little beehives and her little honey and her flowers for her bees. She also has a little sewing area over here. And the big trail actually leads down this incline, but before we go that way, we will just pop over this way and see Eric's house, which is right over here. He and Maple are neighbors, and he's got a little sunken waterfall next to his house. And his yard is kind of more of a tree farm and a woodworking area, so you can see he's got an axe, he's been chopping firewood, he's got a lantern, he's been doing some woodworking. There's a little toy he made back there and a sleigh he probably made as well. He's also been breaking out the Christmas decorations because, you know, he's thinking ahead. He's thinking ahead to Christmas, and who could really blame him? And he's got a little DIY workbench. So Eric has definitely been doing some woodworking, and he is home, so we will pop inside and see his interior. And here we are. Hello, Eric. Oh, he's so cute. He's got to be one of my favorites. I love the lazy personality type. So I really wanted to give Eric like a log cabin, like a proper log cabin. So you can see he's got the cabin walls, he's got mountain views out the back, and he's got all of the log furniture. He's just got a really nice, cozy space. He's got quite a large bathroom as well, because, you know, it gets cold up here. He needs to take a nice warm bath sometimes. I quite like his house as well. I think it's super cozy. He seems to enjoy it. All right, let's retrace our steps and get back on the trail. So we head down the incline and just walk along the lake and past Dottie's house. This is her yard right here. Now I saw on the wiki that Dottie is potentially inspired by a Dutch rabbit, so I took that information and ran with it, as you can see. She has a full-on tulip field and a Dutch windmill out the back there. She's really in touch with her Dutch roots. She's also got a carrot farm because, you know, she is a rabbit. Nice little seating area out here with some carrot cake. So who wouldn't want some carrot cake? And she's home as well, so we'll go ahead and take a look inside. And here we are. Dottie's house has a lot of green. She seems to like green, so I included quite a bit of it. Also went for some lighter colored furniture. And of course, she's got some carrot scones and a slice of carrot cake over by her nice comfy armchair. She's got to have all the carrot products, you know? She's got to just bake with her carrots from her carrot farm. All right. So that was Dottie's house. And now the trail actually comes to a ladder here. We can climb up to the second tier. And if you go down this way, you just get to a nice little seating area. You can take a break, have a snack, read a book, just chill for a bit before carrying on. But once you get back on the trail, you come out behind resident services and you get to this lookout spot where you can get a really nice view of that waterfall next to Dottie's house. Get out of the way so you can see it better. Oh, getting stuck. There's a picnic table down there with another cornucopia. For anyone who's keeping count, that's 3 so far. And yeah, just another one of the many waterfall features on this island. And the trail continues along past resident services. Here's that duck pond from earlier. And then you come to a little land bridge moment. And there's that section of beach that is not accessible but can be viewed from this area. And we've got another ladder, and this takes you to sort of, I guess, what would be considered the end goal of this hike, like the big viewpoint. If you were doing a hike in real life, you know how there's always kind of like a viewpoint that you get to at the end that makes the whole thing worth it. So that's kind of what this is. But before we get to that, if you kind of come up through here, you can sneak a peek at this section of beach, which is a sea turtle area, sea turtle nesting ground. And we've got some ruins out there, you know. Who knows what was here before? Just adds a touch of mystery. Yeah, just a little natural habitat for some sea turtles. But this viewpoint here is of a nice little mountain lake with some mountains in the background. Nice viewpoint across the lake at the snowy peaks. Yeah, this is kind of your final section of your hike. Got a little seating area here. Can rest for her coming back down the trail. And then if you just carry on this way down these double inclines, we arrive at the museum, which on this island, see here's the end of the big trail. On this island, I have dubbed the museum a visitor center. We've got the sign here. So, you know, you've completed your hike. You can come visit the visitor center to learn more about the environment and all of that stuff. So it's a bit of an educational moment. And then we can head across this bridge past the little picnic spot that we saw from above earlier. Take a little seat with the cornucopia if you want. And if we go past this ladder spot that we went up before, we arrive back in sort of the main part of town. So I'm just going to retrace my steps a little bit so that we can kind of enter this area from the main crossroads here. So coming through this way, we have my Able sisters, which I've decorated pretty minimally. Just a couple of custom designs, a little sewing box, sewing machine, and a spinning wheel. And then down here we've got a bike rental area because, you know, this is a touristy spot where people come to do outdoor pursuits like hiking and fishing and mountain biking. So we've got to have a bike rental area. And then if you carry on this way, we get to the farmer's market. So this is sort of the center of this small town. We have the gazebo, kind of at the center of this market. Some lovely flowers around it. And then we've got all these stalls where the residents sell their products. So we've got a nice fruit and veggie stall. Back here is the stall where Shep sells his cider. And then, hello Fauna. Next to that is this stall where Maple sells her honey and her beeswax candles. Then we have a stall selling some baked goods, another one selling some toys, some objects that have been made. Maybe Eric sells some of his woodworking, the results of his woodworking here. And down here we've got a stall selling some jam and a big old wheel of cheese. So yeah, that's where you can come for all of your anything you want to buy that, you know, isn't sold at Nook's Cranny. And then up here we have Ace's house. He's not here, so I will post a picture of his interior. So Ace runs the boat rental and fishing gear shop. So his interior is a store. So he doesn't have any living quarters really. I just like to pretend that, you know, he lives upstairs. So, you know, it's not like he has to sleep on the floor of his shop, but yeah, his interior is his shop. And he rents out boats. There's a couple of them here, and also fishing gear, like these fishing rods. And this is the dock, and this is the big lake. So we have a smaller lake up above next to my house that we already saw, but this is the biggest lake on AppleCreek, the main water body. And we have boats and fishing rods. And over here, we've got a little restaurant that sells, you know, food made from fish caught in the lake. And next to it, we've got a little combined coffee shop and bookstore. But there is something I want to show you before we move on. The restaurant actually has an accessible rooftop dining area, which you can get to if you just weave through these tables here and climb up this ladder. And from this rooftop dining area, you get a really good view of the fall carnival, which is across the way. This is probably my favorite viewing spot on the entire island. I just think it looks so pretty from over here, especially the Ferris wheel. But yeah, why don't we go and take a closer look at the fall carnival? So we'll head back the way we came and carry on across the bridge over here. And this is the apple orchard we saw earlier, where you can come and do some apple picking. And over here we've just got an area where you can pay for your admission and also pay for the apples that you've picked. And grab some apple jam if you so choose. Just head on through the orchard. And on the other side of the orchard, we come to the Harvest Festival. And here you see you can buy your ticket, get a balloon if you want to, and you can go and pick some pumpkins at the pumpkin patch and go and carve them at the pumpkin carving station right here. And then after you've carved your pumpkin, you can come along, maybe enjoy some apple treats, apple pie, apple tart with the apples you picked earlier. You can ride the merry-go-round, play some games, and ride the Ferris wheel. And then if you want to, you can bob for apples. So we've got a pumpkin patch, fall carnival, and apple picking all in one sort of area. So you can do all of your fun fall activities. And that pretty much concludes the island. We've seen it all basically. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my very first Animal Crossing island of AppleCreek. And I hope you maybe want to go and visit it for yourselves. I would love to hear what you think of it. For my next video, I will actually be restarting this island and getting started on my second island. So please do go ahead and subscribe if you're interested in watching that process. It's definitely an emotional journey to delete an island that you've put so much work into, especially when it's the first time doing it. But yeah, I'm really excited to get started on the next project. So goodbye for now, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.